Florence Scovel Shinn once wrote, "Man's supply is inexhaustible and unfailing and fully trusted, but faith or trust must precede the demonstration. According to your faith, be it done unto you." Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. For faith holds the vision steady, and the adverse pictures are dissolved and dissipated, and in due season we shall reap if we faint not. Florence wrote these lines in her book called The Game of Life and How to Play It, in the chapter called The Law of Karma or The Law of Forgiveness. And it raises a really good question that I want all of us to think about. Do we have the ability to hold our vision steady? Because you can imagine, if we can hold our vision steady, we can do a lot with that. We can achieve a lot with that. But when the vision starts to become unsteady, when you start to be shaken left and right, you can envision what a mess that would make of all of your dreams. So do you have the ability to have a faith that can hold your vision steady? I mean, first of all, do you have a vision, or are you just complaining about what your life is? See, there's complaining that you don't have something or that you're just not satisfied. And then there's having a clear vision of what it is that you do want and the kind of future, whether it's 6 months from now or 5 years from now, the kind of vision that you want for yourself. So do you have a vision, and can you hold it steady? Do you wake up one day and say, yes, I'm going to go for it. I understand. And then within 4 hours, you're like curled up on the floor in like a fetal position saying, you can't do this. Like, do you hold the vision steady? And for the adverse pictures, do you dissolve them and dissipate them like water flowing away from you? Florence has another part in this book where she says that these adverse pictures and thoughts, it's like they hypnotize us. We become obsessed with thinking them, and they lull us into like a hypnosis that we just feel like we have to think them, or we just can't get away from them. So do we allow the adverse pictures to just be dissolved and dissipated? Or do we hang on to them? And do we allow ourselves to become hypnotized by them? Do we become obsessed with them and no longer our vision? Those are some really good questions that come from Florence's statement. Because we need the kind of faith that can hold our vision steady and allow the adverse pictures to be dissolved and dissipated. Because we will reap in due time if we faint not. If we can stand our ground and stay poised and keep that vision, that's going to be everything. We need to constantly focus on that vision. And this is the kind of faith, this is the kind of trust that will precede every demonstration that you need and that you're asking for. A faith that can hold a vision steady and that can dissolve the adverse pictures in our mind. I think if we tried that, it would be incredible. You know, Florence wrote this 100 years ago. She's an amazing metaphysical teacher, and I just dedicate my whole channel in doing a deep dive of her works, taking it a paragraph at a time or a sentence at a time, because this woman, she is legend. She wrote a book called The Game of Life and How to Play It. She wrote another one called The Power of the Spoken Word, and a few others. And her advice, even 100 years later, is still perfection. And so if you like this kind of video, please subscribe. I do more of these. And if you have any comments for me, just let me know. Leave a comment below. Leave a like if you like it. And I thank you so much for listening. And I'll see you next time.